My name is Gage Johnson, and I am the, what you would call, leader of the cult called Atlas of the Dogs. Not really, I play guitar.
My name's Jax. I sing.
My name is AJ, and I play a guitar, but it's an octave down and it has 4 strings because I'm actually not good enough to play guitar.
My name's Zach. I play drums.
We're going to answer some questions.
Thank you, kind sir.
Yes, Merry Christmas. All right, who wants the first one?
Let's just go down the line, man.
Okay.
Me. Mix it up a little bit and get some good answers.
Atlas of the Dogs, ASMR.
This is the first question. What guitar brand is superior? What a great question.
Wow.
I would have to say, obviously, it would probably be BC Rich.
First act.
They have
Yeah, first actor BC Rich, probably.
tasteful designs.
Yeah. I kind of hate guitars, so. Yeah.
It's a nice hat.
Thank you.
It's a nice hat.
Any projects in the works for you guys? Yes. Yes. We are currently working on a song right now.
What's it called?
Should we tell them?
Yes.
It's called Running. It's great.
Yes.
It's about running and jogging.
Let's see how much more awkward I can make this. This is already really awkward. If you were to go on a world tour, what would your number 1 destination be? Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe?
Yeah, it's in Africa.
Really?
Oh, I thought that was a water slide.
What do you think that was?
A water slide. Like, isn't that a water slide at Holiday World?
Hashtag Holiday World, dude. Oh shit. Yeah, definitely Zimbabwe or Turkey. Shout out to Hans Cappuccino instant coffee. It's great, made in Turkey. Yeah, it's great, guys.
That was a great segue, AJ. What's your astrological sign? LOL.
I know who wrote this question.
My astrological sign. That's like
Leo,
yeah.
Virgo.
I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah,
You're such an Aquarius.
this vibes.
What are you?
Scorpio.
So we got Scorpio,
Oh my gosh,
Leo.
that makes total sense.
Leo.
Leo.
Oh my gosh.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
God, that makes perfect sense. An Aquarius. Yeah. What about you, Adam?
Yeah, buddy.
What's your sign? Leo. Dang, I'm the odd man out.
Who has the biggest thing for MILFs? Parentheses, mother I'd like to fuck. As if it wasn't obvious already. I would probably have to say AJ. AJ seems like a dude that would go for big booty moms.
To all you big booty moms out there, follow me on Instagram.
Where does the band name come from?
Just be honest.
Okay. We get this question a lot. I think you came up with it originally. Do you want to say?
I like dogs, so.
We love dogs. Dog people.
We like dogs. Also like maps. Really like books. When you combine maps, books, and dogs.
It's actually a book. Atlas of the Dogs.
sucks.
Yeah,
Wow.
a bunch of dog heads on a book.
Gage just said that Atlas of the Dogs is actually the name of a book. And it's just a bunch of dog heads.
If you Google us.
Wow. Speaking of dogs, funny story, guys. So my car's been broken for like 2 months now. You guys know this. I've been riding a bike to work. So last night, I'm like riding my bike home from work. I'm about half a mile away from home, down by the park, and I see this like big ass dog in somebody's yard, like huge black Great Dane, and I'm like, holy fuck! And it starts chasing me, and it was so fucking fast, dude. I was like, put that shit in overdrive. I was like, you know, like when you're standing up pedaling. I was pedaling so fast, and I was like, ah, like yelling at it, trying to get it to fuck off, man. And yeah, the fucking thing chased me all the way home. And
What kind of dog?
Great Dane. It was huge, dude. It was like this tall. It was fucking huge.
It's like as big as you.
Yeah, Yeah, it was scary. I thought it was gonna eat me. If you could live in / experience any fictional worlds / reality, where would you choose? Jeez, that's a hard question for a guy that doesn't read a lot of fictional stories. God damn, I don't even play video games or watch movies. Most like,
Bad question for AJ.
yeah. We're gonna pass the mic over to Gage.
Either Harry Potter
Knew it.
or maybe The Witcher. The Witcher would be really
Dude, that's
cool.
what I was gonna say.
Lord of the Rings is really cool. Being a good old Mordor. But what else is there?
I was gonna say Star Wars, but that actually seems like a really like awful reality to live in. Like such a war torn. Cyberpunk. I never played it. Thank you, AJ. I don't know. Actually, man, Back to the Future. You know, yeah. No, dude, no, but the future version of the 80s. Or you know what? No, or what was it supposed to be? 2015. 2015 and Back to the Future's universe. That seemed like a good time to be. No, because it wasn't our universe. Yeah, yeah. Whenever I was a kid, I remember I went to church as a kid, and I asked one of the Sunday school teachers. I was like, "So if you pray for anything, will it come true?" And she was like, "If it's God's will, da da da." So then I started praying for a hoverboard. I'm not even lying. I would go to bed and I would pray to the Lord that I wanted a hoverboard because I thought that movie was so dope.
Anybody else got a fantasy world they want to talk about?
Fictional, like medieval times would be super cool. Not actual medieval times. Because I would probably, yeah, like, you know, like knights and stuff like that. There was a position in like royal kingdoms, and it was a guy that specifically, his job was to wipe the ass of the king and dispose of his poop.
We still have that job, and they're called CNAs. But instead of wiping kings' asses, they wipe decrepit, handicapped old people's asses and get paid for it. Shout out to all you CNAs out there wiping people's asses for money. It's a good hustle. You guys ready to...
That took a turn. Hold it for me.
One more. The MCU.
What the fuck is that?
Marvel.
It's the most
Marvel.
mid
Oh,
universe on the
Marvel.
planet. The most mid.
Gage says that shit's mid.
It is mid. It's very
He
mid.
fucking hates it.
If you're in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there is a 50% chance that like several years of your life are just gone.
But there's also a chance that you can also become a superhero.
This question is perfect for me as the drummer. What inspired you / what's the writing process behind your new song Running? Have you ever seen the movie Rocky or Forrest Gump?
Definitely seen that.
Yeah. Or
So like, what's the correlation?
they're running, you know. No, I didn't write this song. So,
give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Zach. I was watching Forrest Gump, and it really got me in the mood to run. So one day I left my house, and I went for a 50-mile run in the pouring rain. When I was, you know, throwing up and kneeling in the rain, I looked up to the sky, and the chorus popped into my head. What's an inside joke you guys have as a band?
Zach's always late. AJ spills everything.
Yeah, that's right. I actually just spilled coffee right before we came out here. It seems like, when we first started practicing, I would drink a lot at practice, and I would just knock like expensive things over, guitars and beer, and just spill everything. And now I don't drink at practice, and I still do it somehow. Still manage to do that.
We love you though.
Yeah, Zach, let's talk about how you're late every time.
I was 5 minutes late to this.
He's usually about 5 hours late.
I have my reasons.
Wait. He's been a lot better though. You've been a lot better.
Thanks,
Next.
No!
Ooh.
Oh.
Denny's, Waffle House, or IHOP?
None. How about that?
Ooh, I don't think that's an option. I'm gonna go with IHOP.
I think it's crazy that people choose to willingly go to Denny's, IHOP, or Waffle House anytime before midnight. If you go there, you're a fucking idiot, and you have no taste. Honestly, if you go there at all, just go home. Yeah, go home and make something nice. Make yourself a frozen pizza. That would be better than eating. You wait for an hour to get food, and then it's like mediocre food, and then they charge you like $25. So
You hearing this? You fucking breakfast restaurant chains out there? Gage wants to fucking fight you.
it's almost as bad as the second best burger joint in Henderson, Kentucky, Metzger's Tavern. Yeah,
That is
the Yeah.
line we can't cross on the interview.
almost as mid, but not as mid as Metzger's, I'd have to say.
What was the? Oh, Denny's IHOP or Waffle House. God, I don't really go out to eat at the breakfast joints very often, but I do find that Denny's is probably the worst. IHOP is great. I mean, it's probably the same thing. There's not one where we live, so don't get to go there very often. So it's more of a delicacy. Never been to Waffle House. Can't judge or say anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, I would never willingly go to any of those anytime other than the middle of the night. I do remember a funny story about IHOP. One time, Jackson and I went with our friend Draven, sat down, had our mediocre meal, and then walked out, and all the way to the car, not a single person said a word. And then Draven just looks at all of us and says, that's the type of meal where you walk out and you pretend like it never happened. Normally you go out to eat and you're like, man, that food was really good. But you go to IHOP and you walk out, you're just like... I'd probably have to say Denny's, though. They got milkshakes.
Shout out Draven, by the way. Really cool guy. If you scribble could be anything for Halloween, go all out, who/what would you be? God, I don't know. This hat is already like Alex from A Clockwork Orange, if you guys have seen that movie. The hat is already like the vibe. Super, probably my favorite movie. Super cool character to be, and I think some people would recognize it, so it'd be rad. I haven't dressed up for Halloween in a long time.
Wait, I want to say.
Jackson wants. He's like, I want it too.
If you could go all out, I would want to be Iron Man. Because I would go all out and have someone personally build me a suit, just like Iron Man's. If that was even real. I think it would be pretty badass.
Would it have like?
Oh, it would have everything.
Make it fly.
From the first movie, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And people would be like, holy shit. It's Tony. But then it would be me. I'd sing for him.
Even better. Yeah. And you would sing for them.
What's your worst/biggest/most irrational fear or phobia? Maple syrup.
Wow.
So...
And you like breakfast restaurants?
American cheese, dude?
No, that's not an irrational fear. That's just like... I just don't like it, yeah. No, but maple syrup... 'cause, hear me out. I like maple syrup, okay? But it's just... Like, it's so sticky. It's so messy. Like... I don't know. I just feel like I'm going to get it on me somewhere and I'm going to struggle to get it out. Or like I'm going to get it on my clothes or in my hair. So I just try to avoid it at all costs. Or like I'm very careful whenever I'm around maple syrup. That's probably... Well, so one time whenever I was a little kid, dude. So like I was in preschool. And you know how you would have those cinnamon sticks? You know what I'm talking about? And then they would give you the little like cup of maple syrup. I don't remember why, but I was short, right? So like there was a countertop that was well above my head. And somehow one of those cups of maple syrup that was open fell. And I got syrup like all in my hair, all over my clothes. And it was tragic, bro.
Damn.
So like I don't mess with it, you know? Maple syrup, it's too sticky, too messy. I don't like it. That's probably my most irrational fear.
Anybody else got an irrational fear?
I would have to add that glitter is along the same lines of that. Glitter is a fucking atrocity to the world.
Oh yeah, it gets everywhere.
It does. It gets everywhere. It's fucking awful. What about maple syrup and glitter mixed together? That would be
It's going to be your birthday present.
great.
Just a big bottle of it.
Great. Favorite genre to listen to and play? I would have to probably say death metal or smooth country music. Not the regular kind of country music. The country music you can make love to, you know what I'm saying?
Baby, lock
doors and turn the lights. Yeah, that kind of stuff. A real answer, probably soft R&B or like indie rock kind of stuff. Because my tone is trash, and the only tone I have that's good is clean stuff. So probably that.
Are we all answering this?
Yes. I think we should.
Rock and roll. It's simple. It's easy.
God, really, really like jazz. Really like fusion. Really ironic. I like all these genres that are really hard because I'm like the worst musician in the band. Really like Jesus. Jesus. Really like Jesus, guys. Yeah, praise the Lord. Gage says worship tones are really good. Gospel is great. Like that stuff. Really good. Really just love a lot of like R&B stuff, man, and indie stuff a lot too. Yeah, that's it. Just basically not country music and not like trap. Like love Kendrick Lamar, not NBA Youngboy.
I mean, I always have a soft spot in my heart for pop punk, like that. And
Fucking lame.
as far as playing music, like pop punk or like grunge music and just rock and roll, that's like the easiest for me to play. I really enjoy playing country music and jazz and fusion. I'm not very good at jazz and fusion, but it's fun. Oh my god, there's a dog. That's so cute. As far as music I like to listen to a lot of hip hop and a lot of like probably the stuff AJ says he doesn't like to listen to. This is the dog. Do you have anything to say, buddy? We have to edit that in.
Oh my god.
Whose dog is this?
It's my dog. Who'd you think so? It's just some random.
Kinda.
Who shitted?
Okay.
Obviously, it was Mr. Wrigley right here. Hey, buddy. Is that really the question? I want a new question. At what age did you start playing your instrument? You see, my instrument is my voice, you see? And I came out of the womb just singing. That's what I've done.
Metal screaming.
Yep.
That's a bold-faced lie. Give the honest truth. How old were you whenever you started like really getting into singing?
So I started playing guitar first.
Yeah.
That was whenever I was 11. And then I started singing. Actually, fun fact, Zach was the first person I ever sang in front of because I was terrified. I'd say like 13, 14.
Something like that.
Just only Pearl Jam and Nirvana.
Yeah. I think it was before you went to high school.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I think it was the age of. It was 6th grade, whatever age that would be. 13, 12, 14, 15. I was listening to Creed, and I felt really inspired by Creed.
With arms wide open.
Yeah, I heard that chorus. No, I started playing in 6th grade. Our friend John came up to me and was like, "You want to start a band?" And I said, "Yeah." And then we got a band full of like 13 people. That's probably a lot, like 8 people. And we kicked all of them out except me, John, and this other dude. And the first day we had practice was the first day I learned Smoke on the Water on the E string. And I rocked that thing out for about 4 hours. So
I played bass for the first time. That was the first instrument I played in probably my freshman year of high school. So it was probably like 15, 14, probably 14. Played that a lot. Started playing guitar. Started playing drums. Yeah, still really bad at all of them.
The first time I ever sat behind a drum set, I was probably like a baby, but I never really was into it, never practiced it. It was just something my dad did until probably 7th grade or so, whenever I was in middle school and the band directors said that they needed someone to play the drum set. And this one kid, A good friend of mine, actually, he said that he played drum set, and I was jealous. So I told the band director I knew how to play the drum set too, and that was a lie. So then I went home that day, and I went to my dad's drum set, and I just played for hours, and I did that every day for a couple years.
Oh boy, it's my turn. Yes. So this question is actually a really hard question to answer. Got a lot of meaning behind it, and very open-ended. The question is, why? And I think I know who wrote this question. And all I'm going to say is there is no reason in life. Why not? Oh, good question. Would you rather have fish scales or bird feathers all over your body? Definitely bird feathers.
Definitely.
Because in a scenario where you exist in the 1700s and you have bird feathers all over your body, you could be a traveling pin salesman, because you could just pluck feathers off your body and sell them to people as pins, because they used feathers as pins in the 1700s.
Do you have gills as a fishy person? That's okay. I've damaged your dog.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And the feathers, like, do feathers grow back like hair?
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, there's a lot of, like, with feathers, you could be warm, in the wintertime, but in the summer, you would fucking die,
It's true.
Or at least I think. With scales, you could fucking, is it like pretty scales? Like fucking, what are they called? The fish that have like colorful? I would argue that you could sell that for even more money.
I feel like it would hurt more.
It would, but it would be worth the money.
Feathers all the way. Especially if you can fly.
Great fucking point, Jackson.
I think with this question, you would not be able to fly because you have feathers, but you do not have wings, nor do you have the bone structure necessary to fly. I think you would just be a flightless bird. Yeah. I think I would rather go with fish scales, honestly. I mean, I don't really know how fish scales work, but I don't think I want the feathers. What's your ideal lazy day look like? That's every day, bro. My ideal lazy day, probably
Who's writing these questions?
probably just hanging out with my girl, watching some TV, maybe playing some video games with my friends.
Shout out to Zach's girlfriend. Shout out your girlfriend real fast.
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend, Caitlin. She's gorgeous.
Hell yeah.
Probably wake up, sleep in, play some video games, go to a coffee shop with Anna and Adam.
Shout out to Jackson's amazing girlfriend too. Shout out your girlfriend.
Yes, shout out to Anna. She's amazing and beautiful.
Get over
And
here and get in the shot.
Shout out to all the moms out there.
yeah, shout out to all the MILFs.
Shout out to all the single ladies.
Hi.
Hi. What's up?
Not much.
You see, I ain't got no lazy days. I wake up, I grind. If there were a TV show / movie about your life, who would you cast to play you? Probably Brad Pitt, because we're the same exact person. Definitely, yeah. Or maybe any stereotypical Asian character would work as well.
All right, I would cast Timothy Chalamet. I get that a lot. Jared Leto, because he's beautiful.
You love 30 Seconds to Mars.
I do. I just love Jared Leto. Yeah, that's my answer. One of those two.
No answer. I don't know any actors. I don't watch movies.
I think I would want Donald Glover to play me. Like I don't know. I feel like that'd be awesome.
Picture this. Donald Glover sitting in a Verizon store trying to sell you a phone you don't need because he needs to pay rent this month.
Okay, this is a good question. If you had to come up with a new band name right now, what would it be?
5 after 5. What do you guys think? 5 after 5?
Sliced bread, maybe?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
4 before 4.
4
Um, Afghanistan, banana stand.
That is good. Wow.
State radio.
Yeah. Ooh. I actually kind of like that.
It seems like I can only come up with band names when I'm stoned, and right now I'm not stoned. So
Contrary to popular belief.
yeah, everybody thinks I'm stoned all the time. I actually don't smoke weed.
Actually, on a legitimate point, I was on the beach one day and there was like a seagull attacking somebody, and like it occurred to me that a cool band name would be Seagulls Eat People. I think that's a cool name. Yeah, Seagulls Eat People. Yeah,
We should release an EP,
I think
just metal.
I think-
Call it that.
I think that'd be really cool.
All right, I can't answer that. I can't answer that one, man. You don't want to hear my answer. It's what's your go-to tasty drink order? I'm like, fucking water. I don't know. I don't drink soda or really beer. God, I love IPAs. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in high school? That's hard because a lot of high school. Thank you, Jackson. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know. I was just a like not cool guy in high school. It's pretty embarrassing. Just anybody that knew me in high school, it's just embarrassing that they even knew who I was. Yeah.
In the 6th grade,
High school.
well, this is a good story though.
Okay.
In the 6th grade, I had the flu,
Wow.
and and my mom would not let me stay home, even though I did have the flu, and she didn't believe me until I called her later and said, "Mom, I shit myself. I need you to come pick me up." And she was really mad at me, but I got to go home. It wasn't on purpose.
It was definitely on purpose.
It was slightly on purpose.
I mean, it was in the. I guess it was high school. There was one time I was playing a gig at the Henderson Fairgrounds, and there was this little girl that was singing the national anthem before we went up and started playing. And this, I don't know if you remember it, but I was walking, and the PA system was like on this giant pole, and it's like a 50-pound PA or something like that. But it was on this like really shifty piece of plywood, and I stepped on the plywood. In the middle of this girl singing the national anthem, it fell over right on the stage, and I ran back to my seat. I didn't even help her.
I just want to add that was recorded with a 360-degree camera. So if you can find the
my
video
God.
of that, you can see the exact moment that Gage knocks over the PA, and then you can do a 360 camera to see everyone's reaction.
Gage running away.
Yes. I would say for me, most of high school was pretty embarrassing. I was I don't know if the word cringy is cringy these days, but I was what they would say is cringy. I was one of the band kids. I was probably super pretentious. At basketball games, I was that annoying person that would always be yelling and hitting the drums while everyone else was just trying to watch the basketball game. It was awful, dude. I did. I had 3 dreads. Yeah, no, yeah, in high school at one point there was this family friend that had come over to our house, and she was like, "Zach, let me dread your hair." And I was like, "Well, I don't want to commit to it, so why don't you do like a few, like I'm Jack Sparrow or something." And so she gave me 3 dreads in my hair, and I kept them for a while until eventually I went to go see my mom, and my mom was like, "Zach, what is that? Those are disgusting." And she made me comb them out. Because I didn't know how to take care of dreads. Like, all I know is you weren't supposed to wash them. And so, like, whenever I would go to wash my hair, I would, like, tie up my 3 dreads in the back and wash the rest of my hair in the front. I had really long hair back then. And so I would wash all my hair and then leave the dreads. But, like, I didn't know how to take care of them beyond that point. And I wasn't going to look it up. I was rolling with it. I was like, dreads are supposed to be something you don't have to wash, right? I don't know, man.
Are they joking ones, man? They're not. Are they like?
They're probably like 70% serious, 30% take it as a joke.